Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world right now. It is Kelly. Tiny Wise Mama is what I call myself on social media. With a little message, I guess, before the weekend. Hope everyone's had a good week. I know this week for me in particular has been a little bit intense. Releasing some really deep, old, stuck energy, like from between cells. I actually had some bioresonance scans that came up that had to do with the last couple of months, really, that I've been working really hard, and it's been difficult, on releasing unprocessed stress. Because there can be, even though we do our work all the time and we shift energy, but there can be things that are in our body, in our organs and tissues that are still unprocessed. And this kind of prompted me to think about, how life changes us. We can often look at life events as being unfair. When I was a child and my grandma died suddenly, I sort of adopted the belief that life is unfair. And the thing is that life just happens. Things happen in life, and we have a choice in how we want to look at it. That it can be unfair. Maybe for a while that's how we think of it. And hopefully we can let that go and see that life is just life. And sometimes things happen. Sometimes life changes happen. And we can prepare for them as best as we can, because sometimes we are preparing for certain life changes to happen. And then other times it just happens all of a sudden and we're not ready. And we have to move into a new way of being, a new way of doing. And sometimes that can be difficult. And I guess an example from my life in the past few months, that my oldest daughter was in a car accident a few months ago. And that was unexpected for everyone. And she's okay. She sustained a couple of minor injuries considering what happened. So we know that she had been divinely looked out for and protected. But it did catapult all of us into a new way of being. And it really shook up her life and her nervous system. And she's had a lot of changes in her life since then. And since then, too, as her mom, there's been a lot of things that I have been releasing about all of my kids growing up, because my youngest is now going into high school. So he'll be the last one to graduate, and everybody else is moving on to other things. And the funny thing is, my partner said to me the other day that, one day, they'll all move out and we'll have our own place to ourselves. And I started to cry, and I said, oh, don't say that. I'm really triggered right now because I'm not ready. So kind of funny about that. And so it brought out, some other things from other times. But, I love my children and I love watching them grow. And they're all doing such amazing, wonderful things in their life. But it was really interesting to observe my own reaction that as a mom, I wasn't ready for all of them to leave. So I hope that, tomorrow they don't all decide that they're going to pack up and go. Even though I don't have them all living with me right now. But it's just interesting to observe, and life does that. We have changes that happen, and sometimes they don't change us for the better, depending on what happens. Sometimes it takes a while for us to go through that really dark time where we just think it's bleak, where we think that we have no control, and sometimes life feels like it sucks. But then hopefully we all find that place where we go, you know what, life is life, and changes happen, and we have to learn how to cope with them. And the energies now coming out of the Lion's Gate and going into the equinox are all about breaking free of all the old stuff that you've held on to, breaking free of anything that's holding you back, a belief that you might still be having that you don't even know. So actually, beginning of October, right around the equinox, we are going to be hosting another workshop about that, about breaking free. So if you're interested in that, the registration will be out soon. I can send you a DM if you want to know more about it and to join us for that. So I hope everyone's doing well out there. Just some little thoughts to think about as you go into the weekend, and to observe what you might be holding on to, things that you can let go of, and any old patterns that you have that just you don't need to carry forward. This is your life. This is your journey. And you're the authority in your own life. And so this is about you. So what do you want to do? What do you want to do for yourself? How do you want to feel? How do you want to be? Just, little thoughts to send you into the weekend with. Okay, have a good one.